Hey, Vinny Melkus Outdoors. It's been a while, I know. We'll talk about that later, but I really wanted to get into this because this is insane. I've asked about this for years ago, probably on some of these videos a long time ago. I talked about One Bass being such a great organization and that some of these other organizations ought to take light, right? And there's been a little bit of, I know Rick Pierce and them have put some things together out here, but recently announced One Bass is partnering up with Bass. Finally, so Bass is actually having somewhat of a bigger footprint out west. It's been one of my biggest critiques against them. They're teamed up with them and they're giving at least it's not everything that I wanted, but it's something in the right direction. It is giving a chance for Western anglers at a berth, a chance to fish at the highest level, a chance to fish at the Bass National Championship event, which gives you, I think there's 3 anglers that get to go. 2 go to the Classic. 1 gets a full ride, pretty much the Elite Series. Um, let's see here. I got it all pulled up here. I might be wrong on that. I know all 3 of them go to the Classic. I think one of them actually gets to go to Elite Series. I don't know. But anyway, you get to go to the Classic. You get a chance at the Classic, and that's a big deal because if you do well there, then yeah, there's other opportunities. It opens up that western front for Bass. They need that because remember when they went out a long time ago when I was a kid, and all those awesome anglers that came from that. But anyway, so One Bass is giving out, so they have a number of regional events. In fact, they added one this year. So let me look at these. So yeah, there's a Shasta event, which I think is pretty new. Havasu, Meade, Clear Lake. Those are their regional events. So instead of going to the U.S. Open at Meade this year, I think they're going to do that maybe next year. They're keeping it in Mojave, and they're just going to have like a kind of or Lake Meade Open, I guess what they're going to call it. But anyway, each one of those the top 5 anglers, if they are enrolled or whatever, have their Bass Nation stuff, they get a ticket into the national championship. And then at the end of that, the Angler of the Year, top 5 and Angler of the Year points also get that. So that's like 25 guys from the West, presumably. I mean, guys from other places in the country could come out and fish these, but it's, most likely going to be Western guys. They're going to get their shot at being able to go to the Bass Nation Championship. And then, of course, One Bass still has the U.S. Open. So they're going to 5 events. And then they also have this whole thing with Bass. And also on top of that, which I don't, which is probably it is significant, but it's probably the least one that I'm excited about, is you get I think it's the top 5 guys in England of the year get priority entry in the Opens, which to me, I'd rather just fish all these at this point. Like I said, I love the format. It's awesome. And you know what? That also counts for AAAs. I believe AAAs, this works for them to go to the national championship as well. But anyway, big news because One Bass, who's the premier, they've now come out as the premier tournament organization in the West. This partnership is a great deal. Hopefully it continues on to the future, maybe even get bigger, who knows. But these are fun tournaments. They're great. The shared weight format just, oh man, it makes it so much fun to fish tournaments as opposed to just getting beat down by, one, you got somebody that you're kind of fishing against, but they're in their own little tournament. 2, you got all these other jabronis running around on these other lakes in the rest of part of the country cutting you off, coming in on your spots, all this stuff. And when I'm out here, I'm fishing One Bass, the ambiance of everything, the tranquility of this and the scenery of all the lakes, plus the guy that you're sitting next to. I think I've only had one ever bad partner in these, but you guys are on a team. You guys, I don't know, I've made a lot of friends from this, just being partnered with somebody and being on a team for a day and helping each other out, sharing baits, sharing tactics, all kinds. It's great. I love it. It makes it fun again. If you're ever burnt out on tournament fishing, you want to get back into it, you do one of these or a team tournament. But I like this because you're kind of still in your own tournament, but you guys come together for that day and just try to swing for the fences, right? So it's awesome. But anyway, this is great news. I'm excited about it. I don't know if I'll be able to fish all of them this next year. Like I said, I've taken a hiatus this year. I got to work on my boat, do a few things, and also do some more on this channel. But then next year, in the beginning of the year, I might be tied up, but I'm going to try to hit some of these. If anything, it might not be relevant to the Bass Nation. I want to go to the U.S. Open again, but I like the Havasu event. I like the meat event, obviously. Those are all in my wheelhouse, and I love those lakes. And Mojave is great as well. But I just wanted to say that, of course, I want to keep this under 10 minutes. Other things along the lines of tournament bass fishing, we won't even get to that because we're in the winter, pretty much winter pattern at this point for a majority of the country. Not quite ice over in a lot of the northern climates, but there's a lot of those type of baits. But anyway, I guess tournament fishing wise, a lot of people, there's just a lot of bickering and moaning about it, and I understand it because that's where I'm at. That's why I kind of take a break. It's like I was just burnt out on some of these tournaments, especially in the Midwest and in the South. It's gotten so cutthroat, which I love competition. That's why you're in there. But I also like, there's usually a sense of honor among anglers. And that's kind of gone along the wayside. Even when I'm gone along the wayside, even when I'm fun fishing, and there happens to be just guys in bass boats running around, I'm always on edge because can't tell you how many times I'm just with my kid and people just come cut me off. I'm going down a bank, they just come right in on me. There's a tournament, I think I've talked about it on Grand, where it was a Toyota Series, I could just walk onto somebody's boat. They came around the corner and just like I was bed fishing, and I could literally step onto their boat and they didn't give two rats, shits about it. Of course, they're not in the tournament, but I don't think they weren't in the tournament, that one. But I had other tournament guys just come in on me. They know I'm fishing a spot. They come in the next day. You're there on a tournament day. They come in on you. They go cut you off. They don't care. They wake you. They do all kinds of weird things, which I'm not used to. Like on we're talking one bass tournaments. I think out west, I've only had a couple times where I've had guys get super pissed and not me, but I remember when I was a kid fishing out there, this guy cut us off, or he went through no wake, and my partner got super pissed and we went over there, reamed his ass, and that was about it. Besides that, everything has been cool out there. I've had nothing, and if I want to, I just get away, right? I have multiple spots, or I've always respected it. If I see somebody in an area, I think it was the last the U.S. Open, that the last one I was at, where what's his face won, Roy Hawk. He was fishing in the area I was. Granted, I did really horrible, but I saw him there. He's on one of the spots I was fishing. I just left it alone. I knew he was there practicing, or he was there the first day. Left it alone. I didn't go crowding on him. But out here or out in the Midwest and the South, man, these people just come in on you like it's nothing. I'm out there to fish, and granted it's competition, but I'm also out there to get away from people, enjoy, get in touch with nature or whatnot. So, and then the other debate has been about this forward-facing sonar. My stance on it. I love technology. I could see maybe limits on certain things, but the technology is awesome, and I don't know why it's such a point now. The Randy Blockett's of the world that are bitching about it. I understand. I mean, we're learning about some of the ramifications of it when it comes to fish populations, and that's valid. We do some studies and learn about it. I think more relevant is understanding more about fish care and fish populations with regards to tournament fishing. I mean, there needs to be more scientific inquiry about that, and we should worry less about this other aspect. It's just to me, I look at it as a new bait, it's a new technology. It's got to learn it and understand it. But then you also got to look at it opens up other avenues in regards, or maybe opens up old avenues that are no longer being touched anymore. Like shallow water fishing, flipping, all this other jazz, because everybody's out doing their thing. But anyway, it's happening regardless. So, I mean, it just seems like there's a lot of bickering and bitching about the tournament scene, especially. So I want to go back to this. Glad B.A.S.S is doing that, because I would like to go back to this and you still get a shot at going to the most prestigious event in the world, which is still, the Bassmaster Classic, or the Bass Nation Championship, which you could go to the Classic. So that's awesome. It's a breath of fresh air. I can't wait to go fish one B.A.S.S event again. Anyway, appreciate you. Please like and subscribe. help me grow this, and we are going to do a lot more in this upcoming year. I'll talk to you later. Peace.